sleepy? We're gonna do a short collective message today. Short and sweet. If spirit doesn't lead me to do anything. I always say that, and then I don't really have much control when it comes to delivering messages. It's not letting me comment, so I can pin it. Whatever. So we have taken risks at the bottom of the deck. Somebody else is here who flips cards, because I don't usually shuffle. I don't usually shuffle like that. This I don't do. To be honest, it just felt natural. Action at the bottom of the deck. So we have patience here. Was the first card to come out. Opportunity at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Welcome in. So for this collective message today, we have patience, solitude, relaxation, enlightenment, and flexibility. Son. It's not that excited. Patience, solitude, relaxation, enlightenment, and flexibility. And so the way these cards came out lets me know that somebody may be struggling with relaxation, but this is what's going to lead to this enlightenment that causes this change and shift in you to create this flexibility for yourself. Also with this patience here, someone may also be struggling with being patient with themselves. Blessings down here right after that flexibility and flow. Like I said, somebody's having a little bit of trouble with this creating a consistent flow, like maybe creating a schedule for yourself so that yeah, trust at the bottom of the deck. Maybe try to create a schedule for yourself so you don't feel overwhelmed by all of the things you're trying to do at one time, because it may very well be a new beginning. It may be a lot of things that you feel like need to be done or you want to get done, but like basically what I'm saying is don't try to be superwoman or be superman. Really try to create a schedule where you're not overwhelming yourself with everything you need to do. That's weird. I'm sorry, y'all. Give me a second. inner peace. That's what the future holds. You just have to create. You just have to create that for yourself. I'm not somebody who's just going to tell you something is magically going to happen for you. No, everything that I'm talking about here requires work. Even patience, even solitude, even relaxation, even enlightenment. Every single step of this is a process. Every single step of this requires work. And nothing is just going to fall into your lap. Thank you for tapping the screen. Flow, blessings, and inner peace. Y'all. Okay, I'm going to read these. I don't normally read these, but I feel like somebody may need me to read these. Protection, okay, we have patience here. It says water represents our emotions. There's no water in this picture, but water represents our emotions, our feelings, our subconscious, and our nocturnal dreams. When the water becomes condensed as fog, we can't. Water represents our emotions, our feelings, our subconscious, and our nocturnal dreams. When the water becomes condensed as fog, we can't see clearly. Fog occurs when the air is cooled to the point at which it cannot hold all the water vapor it contains. Thus, it condenses water vapor, where it is suspended in the air as a fog. We can't see what is ahead. So something may be seeming foggy for somebody right now, like no clear path. You feel like things that look one way in the fog will look another way in the light. However, when you can't perceive what's on the horizon in your life, your imagination can surge forward and your sixth sense can be ignited. In a dense fog, it's best to, the sacred landscape wants you to know, in a dense fog, it's best to be quiet and still for now. Don't go forward, wait. It's hard to see what lies ahead, and things may not be as they seem. Things that seem one way may in fact be completely different. That's how fog works. Like, you pretty much can't see anything. And so if you're trying to make a decision and you know that feels foggy, it's not, it's literally, it would work against you to make a decision right now. Things that seem one way may in fact be completely different. Be patient. The truth will emerge. In this state of obscure visibility, your imagination and intuition can be sparked. If you can wait long enough, your dreams and your inner yearnings can come to fruition. Listen to your intuition and pay attention to those seemingly random thoughts. Dreams and your inner yearnings can come to fruition. Listen to your intuition and pay attention to those seemingly random thoughts, because they're good. We have solitude here. People are so fucking rude. I'm getting sick of it. Y'all, please don't come in here just expecting me to freely use my energy to answer questions for y'all that y'all can answer for yourself. Okay, if you want a personal reading, reach out to me, get a personal reading. Outside of that, I'm not gonna continue to keep pouring my energy into people who's not pouring anything back. Outside of that, I'm not gonna continue to keep pouring my energy into people who's not pouring anything back. You won't even tap the screen, you don't want to like, you don't want to do nothing, you just want to come in here, use me, and then leave. Goodbye. Islands are bodies of land surrounded by water. They can be in an atoll or a river basin. However, the ocean surrounds most islands that can be massive with their own unique verdant ecosystems, or they can be small and barren. The terrain can be flat or a mountain. And do you realize that this is a gift? What I do is not just some shit. When I use my gifts to help people, I would really like for them to acknowledge the fact that I'm using my gifts to help you, okay? I'm not sitting here expecting you to make me go viral for helping you. I'm expecting you to return the energy that I just put out, okay? I don't do one-sided relationships, even if I don't know you. The Tyrian can be a flat or a mountain, and it's not even a... If I'm helping you, find a way to help me. That's all I'm saying. The Tyrian can be flat or mountainous. They can be a detachment from the mainland through erosion, or they can arise from the sea through volcanic activity. The thing that is universal in all islands is their isolation, and many cultures assign mystical symbolic meanings to particular islands. That are thought to be the resting places of gods, and thus are used for sacred purposes. Spend some time alone in your life. This means to take your own counsel rather than relying on the opinions and dedicates of others. Break away from the crowd. Be on your own. This card also speaks to self-resourcefulness, self-reliance, and tenacious individuality. Okay. If you are working on a project, trust your instincts and follow your own lead. Your creativity is at its peak. Let it flow. If you are in a relationship that is disempowering, this card suggests that it is time to step away. Take time to reassess your life. You'll thrive. This card also suggests safe haven, a sacred womb for incubation and self-transformation. Somebody's in their cocoon phase right now. And so that's why it's necessary for you to be patient. When you're in your cocoon phase, the only thing that's developing is you. Nothing is allowed inside of a cocoon besides that butterfly. I hope that makes sense. Relaxation. 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 On a warm, peaceful autumn night, a gentle haze softens the light of the full moon. The song of night birds softly emerge through the dark against the backdrop of the sonorous outpouring of the frog. Sonorous, that is outpouring of the frogs. It says frogs, but I don't see no frogs on here, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what they mean by that. That line, the lake shore, the stillness allows your sense to expand. You inhale the earthly dampness in the air, ear nuisance of the night sounds. Look at the muttered reflection. Earthly dampness in the air, ear nuisance of the night sounds. Look at the muttered reflections of the moon in the lake, and the sense that deep quietude of the night. But I feel like that's okay, whatever. Take what resonates and leave the rest. A full moon, and if I said it wrong, you know what I'm talking about. So, and if you want me to, if you don't know, just put it in the comments and I'll spell the word out for you so you can go into fruition. In other words, you can put your feet up and relax and let go. So that's what this person, somebody is definitely struggling to really be in their cocoon phase. And I think it's because, again, the world we live in is always go, 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 do, and it's going to take some time to reprogram your nervous system and your mind to actually be able to relax, actually be able to be patient, to actually be able to stay in solitude, right? When you receive this card, relax. All is well. No need to strive to push to go ahead. Beneath the surface of life, everything is gently propelling you in the right direction. You can lay down your burdens and simply unwind. Slow down and allow calmness to fill you. When you relax and relinquish control, your intuition expands. and you create the space for your spirit guardians to help you. Additionally, it's vastly easier to heal and to have positive outcomes in life when you are rested and not filled with worry. It's vastly easier to heal and to have positive outcomes in life when you are rested and not filled with worry and the need to control outcomes. Lie back, stretch out, and watch magic unfold in your life. We have enlightenment here. Our beautiful home galaxy is so large that if you traveled at the speed of light, it would take you 100,000 years to go from one end to the other. It's small compared to some galaxies. For example, the Hercules. The Hercules, a galaxy would take 1.5 million years to cross at the speed of light. The realm of galaxies is also so vast. 1.5 million years to cross at the speed of light. The realm of galaxies is also so vast and so wide that it is beyond human. Comprehension, which is why the galaxy often symbolizes great enlightenment as well as faith and focuses much greater than us. The sacred landscape wants you to know enlightenment occurs when one wanted to yesterday. This solitude and this patience and this relaxation is going to cause you to, we think we're going deep, but then there's always like, oh no, there's more. Okay, there's like a never-ending change. There's a never-ending amount of knowledge about yourself and how you can better yourself. You just have to tap into it. You are now reaching into visible realm of expands into a ground. You are now reaching into visible realm of expands into a greater awareness of the self within the universe. You are now reaching into the invisible realm of spirit and connecting with what you cannot see. Sorry. You are now reaching into the invisible realm of spirit and connected to what you cannot see. Forces beneath the surface are supporting you on your journey. Have faith to what you cannot see. Forces beneath the surface are supporting you on your journey. Have faith in yourself. You are so much more than you believe yourself to be. Somebody really needs to level. It's not about the flesh at this point. That's why somebody's being put in this cocoon stage, because you're being rebirthed into somebody who's completely new. This is a death and rebirth. Have faith in yourself. Completely new. This is a death and rebirth. Have faith in yourself. Know that you are entering into a time of expansive transformation in a luminous and remarkable way. Trust that the changes are for your greatest good. Trust that the changes ahead are for the greater good. For most certainly they are. These books be wording shit. Wow. Flexibility just so happened to be on the next page. That's the next card. Wow. Flexibility just so happened to be on the next page. That's the next card. The symbolism of bamboo. These are bamboo trees. Bamboo trees. Runs deep, where as many larger seemingly stronger trees will break in high winds. Bamboo simply bends and sways. Its flexibility allows it to strive and even thrive, while other species suffer. Even during a hard winter, when the branches are laden with snow, bamboo doesn't break, it snaps. It snaps back when the snow melts in the spring. It also has a strong root system so that even during great storms, it survives. Additionally, it is often a symbol of abundance because of the rapid growth. Its upward verdant, constant growth is used as a metaphor for the fulfilling rise of prosperity. The meaning of this card is rich and varied. It cautions you to be flexible in your life. Be willing to bend and yield. There are times to stand strong, but there are also times to go around a situation rather than to face it head on. This card suggests being amenable, amenable, to change. It is also a fantastic card for abundance and prosperity, and it suggests that you are flexible. Prosperity can and fantastic. It is also a fantastic card for abundance and prosperity, and it suggests that you are flexible. Prosperity can and will come your way in all areas. Additionally, it suggests that it's a time of rapid growth. Don't resist it. The time is right for this surge of spiritual growth to occur. Like I said, somebody is going through a rebirth. This is spiritual growth, like a rebirth on a spiritual level, which is going to create a whole vastness of, if that's a word, child. Y'all, I just be trying to explain to y'all what I'm trying to say. I'm not always politically correct. Don't think. But I'm gonna be politically correct every time I come on here, y'all. Hey, how are you? I'm good. Not doing free questions today. I come on here, y'all. Hey, how are you? I'm good. Not doing free questions today. And I don't think I'm ever gonna do them again. The way people just come in here and expect me to just solve their problems. That's what God is for. You're supposed to go pray to God, and then you get those answers. I'm here to just assist you on what you're struggling with. I'm not here to solve your problems for you. Okay? And I'm sorry that I can't say that in a nice way right now, because I feel like I've been saying it for a while. So don't take it personally. If you're the first people to come in here and you're used to going around doing that and people are okay with that, yeah. That's not something I'm okay with. That is a boundary of mine. We're just going to respect that. If we don't want to respect that, we're just going to leave, okay? That's all. I don't mind helping, but it's a way you go about asking for help. You don't just expect because I'm here that I'm just going to do for you. I'm here with a purpose to deliver this message, okay? If you don't want to listen to the message, you don't have to listen to the message. But 9 times out of 10, if you're here, a piece of this message is for you. So don't hyper focus on what you think you should know or what you think you want to know, what questions you want to ask. How about actually listening to the message and seeing what actually applies to you and seeing how that actually could help you with what you are questioning yourself about. A meandering river is a waterway that about. A meandering river is a waterway that curves, bends, turns, and seems to swing side to side as it flows forward. Viewed from above, it looks sinuous and even snake-like as it flows forward. Viewed from above, it looks sinuous and even snake-like, and life-giving sediment to new habitats. The word mender was derived from the ancient Mender River which flows into Argena Sea. I had never heard of that sea. The Greeks created the symbol for Mender that have been described as some of the most important symbols of the ancient Greek culture. They represented the fluid movement of water and eternal flow of life. The twisting patterns were also thought to represent the serpent, which was the symbol of healing. Hence, our present day symbol for doctors and is Cadius. I think that's that right, Cadius. Caduceus. Ceus. So y'all know those little, what I'm seeing in my head, you know those little symbols with the little snakes around it. It's like a cross. It's like hospitals, blood banks and stuff. They'll have that symbol. I don't know the name of it, but I'm seeing it. I know what they're talking about. There are times to hold on tight to the shore, and there are times to enter the flow. Notice where life is going and move in that direction. Watch for signs and follow them. Don't resist. When you go with the flow, your life force expands and healing on all levels abounds. This is also the time to release old limiting patterns. Forgive, force expands and healing on all levels abounds. This is also the time to release old limiting patterns, forgive and let go of the need to be right about your beliefs. If you aren't feeling the smooth currents of life, it might mean that you're being self-critical or judgmental. When you enter the flow with gratitude and love, you will find blessings surrounding you. You will enter into a state of grace and healing will abound. That's why this person can't relax or really be in solitude. It's like you're being self-critical, and not only that, you're being judgmental to the people around you and even to yourself. It's just like, if child, I'm almost quite irritated with this energy, because it's like, if you don't want in many ancient cultures, this is the blessings card. It says holy spring. In many ancient cultures, it was believed that there were some springs that were holy. Gods and goddesses were thought to reside in or near these special places, and they were revered in Greek mythology. With the stories of these special places, many of the Christian hallowed water sources, such as Chalice Well, were used for sacred purposes long before Christianity. That's why I'm irritated with this, because this shit is really about religion, and it's getting on my fucking nerves. Like, oh my god, this shit is getting on my fucking... That's why I'm irritated with this, because this shit is really about religion, and it's getting on my fucking nerves. Like, oh my god, this shit is getting on my fucking nerves. Like, so much shit was created before Christianity. Let the shit go, bro. Like, let it go. It's so much shit was created in here and taught before Christianity. I'm not saying don't be religious, don't be a part of your religion, but at the end of the day, if that's what you're gonna consume yourself with, that's all you're ever gonna be, and you're not gonna surpass any knowledge past that, because you're so stuck on the fact that this is what Christianity said, this is what Christianity does. But what is your soul telling you? What is your spirit telling you? What is your heart telling you? What is God telling you? Is he telling you that there's more to it than that shit? Are you gonna listen? It's just irritating. Like, I don't have time for it. I'm not even somebody who really too much cares what religion you are. If you have a connection with God, then you have a connection with God, then you have a connection with God. If anything else is in between that I don't agree with, then I take it back to God, myself, and I pray on it, because at the end of the day, if it's something that's not hurting me and it's not hurting that person, why are you so consumed with it? Why does this hurt you so bad? Why is this hindering you so much that you can't really see a person for who they are, surpass what their belief system looks like? Or I don't know. I can't wrap my mind around what this thought process is when it comes to this Christianity shit. Be honest. Nothing wrong with, again, Christ consciousness. There's nothing wrong with, again, being a source, being connected to source. But when you're taking shit further than that, and you're trying to create guidelines that God didn't create guidelines for, he didn't say, child, you're trying to create guidelines that were not created, okay? Like, yes, religions have their own guidelines. That's because there's a choice. But also spiritual practices have their own guidelines, and that's a choice. So either but also spiritual practices have their own guidelines, and that's a choice. So either you're gonna it or you're gonna move around. Rose to prominence. These kinds of springs were thought to be healing waters. This energy is stubborn. That's why it's irritating me. It's like what I say is being refuted. That's what it is. It's not like, oh, this energy is stubborn. And it's like, I'm not finna force you to understand no shit. If you want to really understand some shit, you really gonna do that research. You really gonna get in the paint, and you really gonna pray about it. You really gonna make yourself open and available to the answers that you're looking for, rather than thinking always right. Immense blessings are emerging into your life from those in spirit. Angels, guides, and spirit guardians are watching over you. Immense blessings and emergence into your life from those in spirit. Angels, guides, and spirit guardians are watching over you. Angelic intervention is available to you. Be open to the voice of the divine. Messages are all around you. You are protected. You are safe. Have faith that your path is guided. Watch for signs, and spiritual beings are present. Profound healing energy is flowing to you in wondrous ways. Refreshing, replenishing energy is filling your life up. So if you have all of this beautiful, amazing past shit, I don't understand. How is that serving you? I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but how is that helping you? It feels like it's putting more of a burden on you than it is helping you. Holding on so tightly to what you've known to be this whole time, and God is showing you there's more to it. There's so much more. We have inner peace here. There's so much more. And if you just stop limiting yourself based off of what you experienced in the past, and stop looking at things from a wounded perspective, there may be something that somebody actually needs to heal as far as a wound, even if it means perspective. There may be something that somebody actually needs to heal as far as a wound, even if it means I don't know, somebody could have pressured somebody or forced somebody into their religion, or there's some sort of wound here that's causing somebody to look at something from everything needs guidelines and rules, and it does. But what you're not going to do is try to create those when it comes to the spirit. You will have to learn them. Like with my altar, I had to learn what to do and what not to do. You get what I'm saying? There's a process. You get what I'm saying? There's a process of learning that you have to do. You can't just come into this saying, this is the guidelines. I know these guidelines. That's not how that works. That's not how you gain knowledge about things that you knew nothing about. Simply sitting next to a lily pod, watching the dragonflies soar overhead and looking at the luminous lily pads floating gently on the water. with their translucent flowers, open their petals to the heavens, can fill one with the sense of profound and everlasting peace. Lilies grow in many countries and have been given a wide range of meanings. However, one enduring image of the lily is the notion that out of the darkness and mud areas, a thing of immense beauty and grace. No matter how much darkness there has been in your life, you can rise into enlightenment and profound tranquility. So again, this is a wound, but also there's a fear here. This wound caused somebody to have a fear to step into darkness and think that you'll never come back out on the other side and be okay. Like this is some deep shit here. This is some deep. Somebody's really gonna have to work hard. They're gonna have to work hard to reprogram their mind from really being or feeling like you need. It's like you feel like you need training wheels, and you don't need training wheels. You're grown, okay? Your choices create either what. And I actually kind of went through this myself. I used to be afraid that I would do something that would make me feel like I'm setting myself back spiritually or just in God's eyes. And the reality is there's really no such thing as that. It's really only you're learning a lesson or you're activating and becoming a blessing. Do that make sense? Like whenever you make a choice that you feel like you don't know how it's going to turn out, and you feel like it's within your best interest to at least see, to try, I'm trying to find the best words for this, y'all. It's only ever going to be one or two things: a lesson that you needed to learn, or it's going to place you right where you need it to be because it's a part of your path. And either way, a lesson is a part of your path. It's what your consciousness needed to develop. Into further consciousness. Do you get what I'm saying? Consciousness is not just a one level thing. There's levels to consciousness. Okay. Inner peace is your birthright. Tranquility occurs when you realize that life is unfolding according. Tranquility occurs when you realize that your life is unfolding according to divine planning, and that's what somebody needs to realize. Tranquility occurs when you realize that your life is unfolding according to divine planning, and that's what somebody needs to realize. Everything that happens is happening for a reason. Even if you fuck up, it's happening for a reason. You need to learn the lesson now. It's your time to learn the lesson. You get what I'm saying? Serenity isn't something you have to work for or search for. It already exists within you. It's not outside of you. Inner peace is created within you. It's a choice. To find this inner peace, simply simplify your life. Spend time in nature and listen to the messages of your soul. True peace transcends fear. Like I said, this is a fear thing, but this fear is coming from a wound. It connects you immediately to the Creator. Somebody needs to faith over fear, not fear over faith, because that's what you're doing right now. Breathe deeply and fully, knowing that all is well. It's okay. You're gonna figure it out. That's why you're being called to do it. It's up to you to answer the call. Forgiveness. Yep. So something or someone you need to forgive, because that's what's holding you back. That's what's putting you in this mindset of fear. As the sun sinks behind the horizon and the reds and orange turns into the lavenders and deep purples. As the sun sinks behind the horizon and the reds and orange turns into the lavenders and deep purples of the ensuing night, the day is complete. Sunset signifies that a new cycle has begun. As each star emerges into the velvet sky, we enter a realm of dark unknown where magic and even the mystery of life itself seems shimmer above us. To be regretting that the day is done is to miss the glory of the starry heavens above. Somebody's having regrets, and that's because they're not living in the moment, in the present. It is human to want to hold on to the past, our memories, experiences, and relationships. However, there can be times when you can't, my ears is ringing. There can be times when we are carrying so much of the past that we can't fully see the present. The past doesn't need to equal the future. And that's what this is. Somebody's really holding on to some things that happened to them in the past or they experienced in the past, and they're taking that for face value instead of actually healing from that and actually realizing, you know what I'm saying, what was wrong and what was right about those things, and then how you can move forward without holding on to this, because you're carrying burdens that you don't have to carry. You may not even still be connected to these people that's causing you this wound and this fear, but you're still holding on to it. It's still in there deep down somewhere. The past doesn't need to equal the future. Just because you had a pattern or a reoccurring challenge in the past doesn't mean that it needs to reoccur in the future. So that's what I'm saying. You're being called to fix this right now. Now's the time. You have patience here, you have solitude, and you have relaxation. Why would you not want to work on these things in a time where you have time to do that? Take full advantage of your free time. The key is to be willing and ready to simplify and clean. To simplify and clean. Let go of the hold that the past has on you. The past is gone, and it's okay to let it go. The way to do this is to fully immerse yourself in the here and now. What did I just say? Somebody's not being present, and that's why they're in this. They can't even be present in this moment because of them not addressing what happened to them in the past. To you, somebody in this collective. Multiple somebodies. Take what resonates and leave the rest. This is a collective message. The way to do this is to fully immerse yourself in here and now. Be super aware of the sights, sounds, smells, textures, and energies of your presence. When you do this, the past simply vanishes and the glory of the present emerges. If you're somebody who has trouble with doing that, you might want to start with incense, lavender candles. Aromatherapy will really help you when it comes to being in the moment and really trying to find yourself in peace and find yourself in a more calm and more present moment. When you're using your senses, your taste, your sight, your smell, when you try to hone in and focus on those and in the current moment and just be present, it helps. So healing chaos fell down there. I just don't feel like grabbing that, but we have action. So now is the time for you to take action, to forgive yourself, to let go of the past, and create this flexibility so that you can even be in flow. And I don't feel like you're not in flow. I feel like you're rejecting it. You're resisting it, not rejecting it. You're resisting the process of being patient, also being in this solitude and relaxing, but focusing on things that you need to heal for yourself. This is nurturing somebody. This goes back to a similar message. Somebody is really learning to nurture themselves. Excuse me. That's confirmation. Somebody's really learning to nurture themselves in a more feminine way. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, especially if you're a man. Everything does not have to be all hard up. Okay, calm down. Calm down. You can cry. It's okay. Calm down. Calm down. You can cry. It's okay. miracles. This forgiveness is going to create miracles for you. You taking this action to really address the things about yourself that need to be healed, that need to be faced, this fear, this wound, is creating miracles for yourself. I'm going to read the miracles card. I love rainbows, if you can't tell. After the storm, the rainbow appears. No matter where we are, I saw rainbows all my life growing up. I love them. No matter where we are, the instant a rainbow splashes across the sky, we usually stop and stand in awe. For real. All my life I've been growing up like, ooh, it's a rainbow. Some say that rainbows are messages from the Creator. Others say that they are a part of the electromagnetic spectrum phenomenon. Confirmation. But no matter the explanation for their existence, rainbows have struck awe in the hearts of many through time. Many traditions believe that rainbows are blessings from the Creator. A double rainbow is double the blessings, period. And there's a double rainbow in this card. So when you do the work, because I feel like this person is doing the work, they may have been resisting this part, resisting to address this part, but double for your trouble. The storms of the past are past. Double for your trouble. The storms of the past are passing. In your dreams happened in the past. Your future surrounding good fortune, celestial beauty, and inner divinity are expanding within you. Believe that your life is guided. Trust in the goodness of the universe. A celestial bridge to the heavens is opening for you. There's something that my mentor said that rung in my head just now. She was basically like, when the doors are closed, the windows of heaven are open to pour out onto you. Something like that. That's what that just reminded me of. Believe that your life is guided. Trust in the goodness of the universe. A celestial bridge to the heavens is opening for you. Start a health program, invest in your career, or initiate a relationship, and good fortune will manifest. Blessings are flowing in all directions. Believe that you deserve the best, because you do. And that's what this person needs to realize. Stop putting yourself in a fear-based mindset. You deserve the best, so you're going to get the best. Okay, honey? Thank you for the follow. Bounty, joy, blessings, and miracles are flowing your way. Period. Point blank. I know I got a little irritated with you. It's just because you was resisting. I'm sorry. It's like, don't do that. Don't do it with you. It's just because you was resisting. I'm sorry. It's like, don't do that. Don't do that. You're doing so good. You're doing so good. Opportunity. Doing this healing work is creating opportunities, and that opportunity fell on top of miracles and blessings, and right underneath that, forgiveness. Inner peace right over there. Opportunity. Moon through the pine trees. So yeah, these are pine trees, and you can see the moon right through them. Owls have been significant. An occasional owl hoot and the song of a solo coyote punctuate the stillness in the forest. As a traveler walks through the pines, light from a waning moon filters down through the canopy, and needles and cascades. Waning moon filters down through the canopy, and needles and cascades across the forest floor. That was so poetic. Oh my God. Sometimes the tree obscures the moon, cascades across the forest floor. That was so poetic. Oh my god. Sometimes the tree obscures the moon, but sometimes illumination clearly shows the path ahead. Pines are one of the most ancient genera on the planet. I feel like this. Don't ask me. I'm not. Listen. Leave me alone. They have existed nearly 3 times longer than all flowering plant species because most pines stay green all winter. They traditionally represent longevity, immortality, fertility, health, and abundance. The moon and her gossamer glow represents the feminine and receptive side of life. This is somebody tapping into their feminine side of life. I can't lie, it comes out very masculine, so this may be a masculine who's tapping into their feminine side. They're being guided to do this, and if you didn't know how, now you know. If you don't know, then now you know. If you want to get it personal, we can tap into that energy because I'm a medium, so that's not going to be like a one-time question. That's not going to be a short answer. I'm sorry. Pleasha. Yeah. Your question might not show up for everybody, but it's Pleasha. Yeah. Your question might not show up for everybody, but it showed up for me. The moon and her gossamer glow represents the feminine and receptive side of life. Just as the moon receives and reflects the light of the sun, symbolically the moon represents receiving the goodness of the universe flowing to you. Gifts from the universe are ready to cascade into your life. Abundance, health, longevity, vitality, and joy are flowing to you gently and easily in the days ahead. There may be times when the goodness of life feels like it's ebbing and flowing rather than being a steady stream of fulfillment. This is similar to the moon peeking through the pine trees for a moment or two, but as you stay open and receptive, physical and emotional gifts will come into your life instead. So this was somebody's used to receiving physical gifts from God, maybe, and which is crazy to me because I'm experiencing more spiritual gifts from God, maybe, and which is crazy to me because I'm experiencing more spiritual gifts from God rather than physical. But I think somebody's journey just may have been very different, and so they've experienced a lot of abundance in maybe wealth or housing, whatever, child. This is just somebody's really getting the more spiritual side of abundance, the more spiritual side of prosperity and opportunities, like from God. Maybe this person just wasn't as open to that before, so it started differently than other people's journeys, but shit. Either way, more physical and emotional gifts from God. Like, somebody's mind is being worked on, somebody's heart is being worked on, somebody's soul, spirit is being elevated. What's that? Spirit. Purity, like I said. Somebody. What's that? Spirit. Purity, like I said. Somebody's going through a different rebirth process. You're going through the purity. The purity part of it all. You have to get rid of those wounds, face those fears. You gotta walk through the fire. You gotta walk through the fire. And are you like, damn, I've been walking through the fire? Yeah, you gotta keep walking through the fire over and over again. There's a lot of deaths and rebirths when you're really reaching your high. Like, damn, I've been walking through the fire. Yeah, you gotta keep walking through the fire over and over again. There's a lot of deaths and rebirths when you're really reaching your highest your ultimate potential. When you're reaching your ultimate potential, there's not going to be like 1 or 2 or 3 deaths and rebirths. No, you're going to die and come back to life over and over again, okay? That versions of you will die, and then you will be reborn again and again and again. And that's because we're ever-changing beings. Like, there's always more that we can work on until we reach, till we pass on, basically. So if you thinking you finna go into any relationship, friendship, whatever, perfect, that's not gonna happen. If you think you finna be perfect when you step in the door, that's not gonna happen. There's gonna be ups and downs, especially in at the very least a romantic relationship, like dead ass. That's just not how it works. You've never really truly had something like that, so there's going to be ups and downs, but that does not mean that they're not fixable. That does not mean that they're not, like, everything don't gotta be all right, fuck it, we over. You know. It's like, okay, I need some space and you need some space, and I'm just gonna go over here and you're gonna go over there, and we're gonna figure this shit out. Even if this is a friendship, I just need some space. I need some time to dig deep within me to really see what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense for y'all. Because it's not always the other person. Sometimes it's you and your perspective and the way you're looking at it. Before the first snow, the earth is dark and cold. Fallen trees from autumn storms lay hazard. And I said that exactly how they wrote it. Haphazard. Lee. There's an L-Y on it. Atop the decaying leaves that cover the forest floor. However, when the first snow arrives, the darkness and decomposing soil are replaced by a purity that is light and bright. In the sunshine, the individual snowflakes atop the snowdrift sparkle with crystalline light. Harsh sounds are muffled, sharp corners, and rugged edges. In the sunshine, the individual snowflakes atop the snowdrift sparkle in crystalline light. Harsh sounds are muffled, sharp corners and rugged edges muted. Everything feels fresh and new. Debris seemingly disappears beneath the pristine white landscape. Softly falling snow illuminates the environment in a diffusion of swirling forms. I love how poetic this book is. At night, in the light of the full moon, the first snow is glowing and sincerely silent, turning everything into an enchanted fairy tale realm. In some mystical traditions, descending snow symbolizes the transmission of knowledge from a higher plane. In some mystical traditions, descending snow symbolizes the transmission of knowledge from a higher plane. The heavens, in quotation marks, so you don't have to necessarily think of it as the heavens if you're somebody who thinks of it as the ethers, or same difference. To the lower planes, the earth, thus bringing purity to earth. As the heavens if you're somebody who thinks of it as the ethers, or same difference. To the lower planes, the earth, thus bringing purity to earth. Somebody is being purified in the spirit so that their physical vessel, their 3D version of themselves is purified, basically. Thus bringing purity to earth. The sacred landscape wants you to know that no matter what happened in the past, everything can be fresh and new again. The purity of your soul is shining through everything that you encounter. You are entering into a period of grace. Simply open your heart and know that the best is yet to be. The past does not need to equal the future. Your future can be and will be shimmering, holy healing. Listen, I can't make it no clearer than that. I'm going to stop the message right here because I think this person, the collective, has gotten the message that they need. They understand what they need to do. We have this purity falling on top of that forgiveness and that flexibility, right along with this opportunity and miracles with this blessing. So It's completely and totally up to you how you choose to move forward after this. But it is within your best interest to heal that wound, face those fears, and step into your highest, I would say, vibration, but ultimate potential, however you want to look at it. This is a good thing overall. I know I got irritated because I cannot stand the whole using religion. It just doesn't matter. I just cannot stand that. I need you to let that go. If you're gonna come over here, the first thing you're gonna do is let go of comparing your beliefs to somebody else's beliefs. Do not compare your beliefs to somebody else's belief. If you want to compare something, compare your relationship to God. Okay, do you have one? Do they have one? Okay, that's the only comparison that needs to happen. If they don't, then the only thing you need to be doing as a servant of God is trying to assist them in getting that connection to God. It's not your job to tell them how to do it, when to do it, where they want to do it from. It's just not necessary. And you're only doing that from a fear-based place. There's nothing wrong from. It's just not necessary. And you're only doing that from a fear-based place. There's nothing wrong with having a structured. Somebody here flips their cards like that. It's irritating me because I'm watching myself do it and I don't do that. Yeah. Realization and belief. Somebody's having a realization about their belief. There's nothing wrong with the way you flip your cards. It's just when energies that actually do what I do come through, that type of stuff happens. And I'm like, why am I doing that? It's a sign. The frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in this world. And then beliefs, like somebody's realizing that I cannot necessarily pinpoint what happened with this person's belief system. Obviously, I'm not them, so I don't know passion here. But they're passionate about this thing they realize. Let's see. Pertaining to their beliefs, I hope is that you know that your only job is to help people get connected to source and not to make them a part of any religion or make them have a belief system a certain way. And then also introduce him to his word if you like. But again, you can't force anybody to do that. But shit, God's word is very powerful. So that's something you can definitely do. Introduce them to. I don't know, was it a Philippians 4? See what I'm about to do again? Y'all, it's pissing me off. I was trying to say something, and I can't remember for the life of me. Was it Philippians 4? Don't matter. Shock is getting ready to express some sort of change and realization they had about their belief system that they're passionate about. They're going to get ready to speak on these things, incorporate these things into their life, which is absolutely amazing. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release in the old. Somebody's perception has changed and they're getting access to their Akashic records. Sometimes you can do this unknowingly. I remember, and they're getting access to their Akashic records. Sometimes you can do this unknowingly. I remember I first started getting so much information, I had access to my Akashic records and I didn't even know it. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of our reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release, the old, and the birth of the new. Excuse me, information. The frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. We have passion here. The frequency of passion reminds us, it's a lot of blue. Oh, you can't see it. These cards look like stars, I'm telling y'all. You gotta just go online and look up the deck and you'll see like better pictures of it. The frequency of passion, the deck is called, when I first started my alchemy, this is what I use. The deck is called Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. So these are activations of your chakras. Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within the intense, moving us from chaos to calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. We have Merkaba, and perception. So I'll read Merkaba. Or some people say Merkaba. How do you say it? The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality. So somebody's activating. Hello. Using your consciousness, a whole different higher level of consciousness, to traverse into layers of reality and dimensions. It creates our access to the Akashic inheritance as well. What does God say? We have an inheritance. You accessed it. Oh, okay. Merging the totality of our experience in our present to serve our highest purpose. This person is actually walking in their highest, in their ultimate potential, okay? Because they're choosing to shift their perception. They're choosing to heal this wound. They're choosing to face their fears. They're choosing to do what God is calling them to do. And they're not basing it off of whatever rules, regulations, or say-sos of anything or anyone else. The frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. Someone has access to their Akashic records. Woo! That, you need to celebrate that. Okay? Celebrate that. It takes a lot of work to even do that. This person has gone through a lot of remembering. We have Gaia and magic, earth magic. Somebody's working with the elements. Dynamic. Somebody's working with the elements. Air, fire, water, earth. Allowance. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as to our great mother and to the universe that birthed us all. Dynamic. Oh, magic came out first. I like to read them in order. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond the moment, to move towards possibilities. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond the moment, to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. And so somebody's belief, like over here, crown chakra energy, has changed. It's upgraded. Changing in your beliefs isn't always a bad thing, and I think that people always look at it like that because what they believe and their beliefs have gotten them to a certain point, which is okay. But there's also checkpoints, okay? There's points where you have to level up, and that's what's going on here. To accomplish the goal. The frequency, you don't have to level up, but if you want to accomplish the goal, you can. You need to. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and joy. So this is another dynamic that this person is creating. Thank you for whoever was tapping the screen. I didn't see. Is there anything else, Spirit? I think that's it. This person has got everything they need. I guess we can do some affirmations. I always do those because I genuinely believe that everyone should be doing affirmations every day, and these cards really do help. I think everybody should get their own deck. I genuinely think everybody should get their own deck, because every day there's certain things that we need to address within ourselves. We need to reprogram our mind about positive thinking. See? It helps. Ultimate potential. Follow your heart. Somebody's not being ashamed of what their heart's desires are. Like, just because you desire something that isn't necessarily mundane or it's taboo, one, you don't have to tell everybody your business. I feel like this person is so used to telling everybody their business. But two, again, you don't have to tell everybody your business. I think that's just the one and only thing that really matters. It's your business. What the fuck you're doing. And when I started off my journey, I didn't tell everybody my business. I didn't tell everybody what I had going on. I didn't tell everybody, hey, I'm around here alchemizing negative energy and transmuting it. No, I didn't start doing that till I got on live. And I started helping other people do that. You see this? Whoever you are, this message for you. Whoever splits their deck like this and they do like this, yeah, that's this for you. It's not only for that person, but that person, their energy is very strong here. You know, if the message is for you, take what resonates and leave the rest of that. Baby, if you're trying to resist this message, it's for you. Manifestation and communication. That's what I'm talking about. If you could have anything you wanted, what would it be? Get specific and get greedy. Okay? Write it down in your journal. You are holding a magic wand, and you can conjure up anything. Could it be that when you declare your wishes out loud that you're actually casting a spell? What people don't know, our teeth are crystals, so indeed you are casting a spell with every word. Words are spells. For your dreams to come true. Or is it just that in every practical sense, the more people you speak with about your desires, and the more folks there are who know what you want and might have the means to help you make them happen. Either way, stop waiting and start manifesting. And you don't have to use the word manifesting if you don't want to. Okay? You can call it co-creating, whatever the case is. But holding back on it, you're limiting yourself from people, places, and things that actually have the answers to the questions that you have. Wonder energies, spaces, because sometimes you're not always going to get an answer directly from the horse's mouth. Sometimes a scenario or God will place you in a certain place where your questions will be answered. Okay, based off of the circumstances, the situation, is you just have to use your discernment. Wonder how that other person's feeling. Ask them. Oh my gosh, please just ask. Please, pretty please. Do you hear me? Do not sit there wondering what somebody else is thinking, how they feel. It did. Just ask. Please just ask. Wish they knew who you were, and wish they knew how you were, who you were. That's funny. Wish they knew how you were feeling, ? Tell them. You've just been drafted into the communication army. Somebody's being asked to communicate, okay? Use your words. Speak to people about the things that you're interested in. Where there is a strict okay, so I'm gonna reread that. Tell them you've been drafted. Tell them. Okay, I'm gonna reread it. Sorry. Wonder how the other person's feeling? ? Ask them. Wish they knew who you. It's the wish you knew who they were. That's not what it says. Wish they knew how you were feeling? ? Tell them. You've been drafted into the communication army. I'm so tongue-tied. Where there is a strict do as, do tell policy. Nobody's gonna tell you their own personal business without you actually asking, like, hey, you know, I'm just curious about this thing. Could you just ask? Nobody's just volunteering information like that. Where there is a strict do ask, do tell policy. Speak with kindness and gentleness and reach an understanding. If you don't, assumption will make asses of everyone, including the person who came up with that aphorism. 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 My baby out like a light. Sanctuary. Good for you. It seems you earned some time away from the chaos of life. It could be as small as a bubble bath or as big as a trip. Or maybe it's a small trip to a big bubble bath. Either way, whatever it is, it's waiting for you with open arms. Just pick your favorite sanctuary and unplug. Maybe somebody needs to go to a spa. Confirmation. Somebody needs to go to the spa and get a massage. Okay? Sit in the sauna, just go to the spa, please, if you can afford to do that. Everyone's a teacher. Everyone I cross paths with is a teacher in that moment. The one who gives me the fun lessons are the ones I call friends. The ones who give me the hard lessons I sometimes call assholes. They've chosen a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. So today I'm thanking all the assholes. Thank you, assholes, for playing your part and making me a better person, okay? Don't take it personal. Everybody's a teacher, whether they know it or not. Like, dead ass. Even those toxic relationships that you have, that person was a teacher for you. They were teaching you what to accept and what not to accept in your relationships moving forward. You get what I'm saying? Everything is either a lesson or it's right where you need to be. It's as simple as that, honestly. As I open, and this says follow your heart. With the sanctuary, communication and options, and then manifestation, and everyone's a teacher. As I open to abundant possibilities of my life's path, I remember that I always have unlimited options. Life's a buffet, and I allow myself to choose whatever makes me happiest, without limited thoughts. Like, just without limited thoughts. It's some weird shit down there. Corny. It's not weird. I'm always okay. So this is follow your heart, and that was options. I'm always rewarded when I follow my heart. I trust the GPS in my heart knows all the best routes, and when it seems like it's taking too long to get where I want, I know that that's because there's some cool, weird stuff to see along the way. We have playfulness and generosity. I am a playful participant in life. I always have the option to make something a fun game rather than a heavy burden. Mary Poppins put sugar in the medicine for a reason. That lady knows how to party, okay? Generosity. I give generously to those around me, no matter how much or how little I have. I know there is more than enough to go around, and that the key is to allow it to keep going around without stopping it. If I stop the flow, I'm like the one person in the stadium who doesn't do the wave. It's gonna be my last card. I'm connected to the multitudes, and I can access their support at any time. Even a stranger offers a sense of comfort when they smile at me or make a dumb comment about whatever everyone is wanting to connect. Wait. Even when a stranger offers a sense of comfort, y'all, it's my brain. Even a stranger offers a sense of comfort when they smile at me or make a dumb comment about the weather. Everyone is waiting to connect. All I need to do is open myself. Make a dumb comment about the weather. Everyone is waiting to connect. All I need to do is open myself up and pay attention. And then we have joy at the bottom of the deck. I'll read that one. To enjoy something, I simply need to add joy to it. Joy is like butter. I can put it on anything and it'll make it way better. Today I will add joy to everything. Really slather it on there, okay? Today I'm Oroville Render Bench. You know, the popcorn butter guy of joy. And life's popcorn is about to get it. So yeah, slather a little bit of joy on there today. Enjoy your day, okay? Don't sit in a funk. Address the feelings. Acknowledge the feelings. The ultimate potential and beauty. Acknowledge the feelings and move past them. Don't beat yourself up about them. No, none of that. Because most people wouldn't even be man or woman enough to address them. So the fact that you are, and you're choosing to heal them, and you're choosing to, thank you so much, you're choosing to move forward in it. And you see this here? If I do it one more time, it's gonna piss me off. I don't shuffle like that. I never shuffle like that. Ever. I don't even watch people who shuffle like that. Well, I haven't in a while. A while. Okay? Okay. Alright, I'm not touching. A while. Okay? Okay. Alright, I'm not touching another stack of cards. Yeah, don't beat yourself up. Just do what you know you're being called to do. Do what you know is necessary for you to do, for you to really live in your highest and ultimate potential. Move and also add joy to your day. Just because you found out something that you're doing wrong or did wrong or just weren't doing necessarily right or whatever the case may be, something that you just want to change about yourself, even if you don't feel like it's wrong. Yeah, I just hope today's message really helps somebody here. I hope that even if you could not tap that, thank you for tapping that screen. If you could not tap that screen, send a gift or comment, I still appreciate you for being here. At the very least, I'm glad that you took something from this message today, and I hope that you use it on your journey moving forward, because the point of me coming on here and talking to you guys is so that you actually do something with the information that I'm giving. Okay, so thank you for your time and for your love and your energy, and I want you to have a good day. Okay, have a good day. Bye, y'all.